Question 1. From a practical standpoint, Mr. Hernandez notices that his HVACR company is consistently underestimating labor costs on commercial projects, leading to shrinking profit margins despite steady revenue. He wants to improve forecasting accuracy. What should he prioritize first? A. Implementing a detailed time tracking and job costing system. B. Reducing technician salaries to cut immediate costs. C. Increasing the price of all service contracts indiscriminately. D. Expanding marketing efforts to attract more clients. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Accurately tracking labor hours and costs per job is fundamental for realistic forecasting and profit analysis. Implementing a time tracking and job costing system provides actionable data to improve estimates and adjust bids, unlike reducing salaries, which risks morale, increasing prices blindly, which can hurt competitiveness, or expanding marketing, which does not directly address cost underestimation. Strong financial management in HVACR relies on precise operational data for decision-making. Question 2. While examining team performances, Patel notices that some technicians resist adopting a new preventative maintenance software, causing delays in reporting and scheduling. What leadership approach should she apply to maximize adoption and engagement? A. Mandate strict compliance without explanation. B. Offer hands-on training and illustrate benefits. C. Replace resistant employees immediately. D. Limit software use to only the office staff. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. Hands-on training and clearly demonstrating benefits engages employees and reduces resistance, aligning with change management principles. Mandating compliance without guidance can create pushback. Replacing employees is reactive and costly. Limiting software use prevents operational efficiency improvements. Effective team management in HVACR requires guiding staff through adoption of technology to enhance productivity. Quality. Question 3. Given the circumstances, Mr. Lewis is reviewing his fleet of service vehicles and notices high fuel expenses and frequent breakdowns. He wants to optimize fleet management while controlling operational costs. Which action is most aligned with best practices? A. Implement predictive maintenance schedules and route optimization software. B. Sell all vehicles and use third-party rentals exclusively. C. Increase service call prices to offset fuel costs. D. Ignore vehicle issues and delay maintenance. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Ignoring maintenance is highly inadvisable. It can cause operational failures and higher long-term costs. Predictive maintenance and route optimization, on the other hand, reduce downtime, fuel consumption, and repair expenses. Raising service prices without operational efficiency improvements risks losing clients. Strategic fleet management ensures sustainability and profitability in HVACR operations. Proactive monitoring and technology utilization. Question 4. Under the assumption that an HVACR company wants to improve energy efficiency in commercial installations, Mr. Zhang must decide between several options. Which approach will provide the most measurable long-term impact on energy consumption? A. Installing high SEER systems and proper load calculations. B. Offering shorter maintenance contracts. C. Using cheaper materials to reduce upfront cost. D. Training technicians only in basic system troubleshooting. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. High SEER systems paired with correct load calculations directly affect energy efficiency and operational costs over time. Shorter maintenance contracts or limiting training does not address efficiency. Using cheaper materials may reduce upfront costs but can compromise performance and efficiency. Strategic technical decisions in HVACR involve balancing system design, installation accuracy, and long-term management to maximize sustainability and client satisfaction. Question 5. In light of recent developments, is Thompson encounters a client dispute over a delayed commercial installation project due to unforeseen supply chain disruptions. Which approach demonstrates the best customer service and problem-solving practice? A. Communicate proactively, provide realistic timelines, and propose solutions. B. Ignore the client until parts arrive. C. Blame suppliers publicly to defend the company. D. Offer no compensation and insist the original contract stands. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Transparent communication and proactive solutions maintain client trust and minimize reputational damage. Ignoring the client or blaming suppliers undermines relationships. Offering no flexibility can escalate disputes. Effective client management in HVACR combines professionalism, timely updates, and collaborative problem solving, reflecting service excellence standards and supporting long-term retention. Question 6. Considering the evidence, Mr. Roberts wants to evaluate the ROI of integrating emerging technologies like smart thermostats across his commercial accounts. What is the most methodical first step? A. Conduct a pilot program to collect operational and energy usage data. B. Purchase and install smart devices at all client locations immediately. C. Rely solely on vendor marketing materials. D. Avoid adopting new technologies due to perceived risk. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Using vendor marketing alone is insufficient and risky as ROI depends on real operational data, not promotional claims. Conducting a pilot program allows controlled evaluation of energy savings, installation challenges, and client response. Full-scale adoption without data may waste resources, while avoiding technology limits competitive advantage. Strategic adoption relies on measured cost-benefit analysis and evidence-based decision-making. Question 7. Throughout the course of a rapid expansion, Rivera notices inconsistencies in how new technicians are onboarded and trained, leading to errors in service quality. What should she implement first to standardize performance? A. Develop comprehensive onboarding and mentorship programs. B. Expect technicians to learn from trial and error. C. Assign training responsibility only to senior management. D. Limit training to safety protocols only. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Allowing trial and error onboarding results in inconsistent skills and poor service quality. Establishing structured training and mentorship ensures knowledge transfer, safety compliance, and consistent operational standards. Delegating exclusively to management or focusing narrowly on safety leaves gaps in technical competency. Strategic HR management in HVAC requires systematic, scalable programs, recruitment, training, and professional growth. Question 8. To what degree does market analysis influence strategic pricing decisions? Mr. Kim notices that competitors offer low service rates for similar HVAC solutions. What should he prioritize in his pricing strategy? A. Evaluate market data, service differentiation, and cost structure. B. Immediately match competitor prices without analysis. C. Increase prices uniformly to maximize margin. D. Ignore market trends and focus on internal costs alone. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Strategic pricing requires integrating competitive intelligence, value differentiation, and internal cost analysis. Blindly matching competitors may erode profits. Uniform price increases without market context risk losing clients. Ignoring external factors ignores revenue potential. Advanced business strategy in HVACR involves informed, data-driven pricing aligned with company value propositions, market positioning. Question 9. In an effort to reduce workplace accidents, Mr. Alvarez observes recurring OSHA violations among his HVACR crews related to electrical safety. What approach addresses root causes effectively? A. Implement comprehensive safety training, regular audits, and reinforcement protocols. B. Post safety posters, then assume compliance. C. Penalize employees without providing education. D. Limit work to low-risk tasks only. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Safety posters alone are insufficient to prevent accidents. Root cause solutions include targeted training, routine audits, and ongoing reinforcement to create a culture of compliance. Punitive measures without education or limiting tasks reduce operational capability and fail to prevent incidents. Effective safety management integrates education, monitoring, and accountability to protect staff and regulatory standards in HVACR operations. Question 10. As illustrated by recent internal audits, Carter's company frequently underbids complex commercial projects, resulting in thin profit margins. How should she address this without alienating clients? A. Develop detailed project cost modeling and contingency planning. B. Increase bid prices arbitrarily. C. Focus only on securing volume contracts regardless of margin. D. Rely solely on past project pricing as benchmark. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Using historical pricing without context risks repeated underbidding or overpricing. Proper project cost modeling with contingencies ensures accurate bids, balancing competitiveness with profitability. Arbitrary price increases can drive clients away. Volume-focused strategies without cost awareness compromise financial sustainability. Strategic business planning in HVACR involves precise, data-informed estimating, integrating labor, material, overhead, and risk considerations for sound decisions. Question 11. In the context of operational efficiency, Mr. Bennett notices that recurring HVAC service calls are concentrated on a few specific equipment models his company installs. He wants to minimize these callbacks without reducing customer satisfaction. What should be his first strategic step? A. Implement targeted technician training for these models. B. Replace all affected units with different brands immediately. C. Increase service call pricing for these models. D. Ignore the issue since the overall volume is low. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Targeted training enhances technician competency and reduces repeat service calls, improving both efficiency and client satisfaction. Replacing units is costly and unnecessary if issues stem from improper maintenance or knowledge gaps. Raising pricing may damage relationships, while ignoring the problem perpetuates inefficiencies. Strategic operations management in HVAC relies on proactive skill development for problem solving and maintaining high service quality. Question 12. From multiple perspectives, Gomez wants to improve cash flow management as the company experiences delays in accounts receivable collection. Which approach is most effective for a long-term solution? A. Implement structured invoicing, early payment incentives, and clear credit policies. B. Delay paying suppliers to compensate for slow collections. C. Increase service prices to generate more immediate revenue. D. Focus solely on acquiring new clients to offset cash shortages. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Delaying supplier payments can create strained relationships and risk supply chain disruption. Structured invoicing, early payment incentives, and transparent credit terms address root causes of delayed cash flow. Raising prices or acquiring new clients does not directly resolve collection inefficiencies. Effective financial management in HVAC requires systematic control over receivables, timely reporting, and discipline to sustain liquidity and profitability. Question 13. During the process of reviewing energy efficiency options for a large commercial installation, Mr. Wallace wants to reduce both energy consumption and long-term operating costs. Which strategy offers the most reliable outcome? A. Conduct a comprehensive load analysis and select systems with optimal SERIA ratings. B. Choose the lowest upfront cost equipment. C. Install standard systems without considering built-in load. D. Rely on generic energy-saving guidelines without site-specific calculations. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Conducting a detailed load analysis ensures equipment matches actual building needs, optimizing energy efficiency and cost effectiveness. Focusing solely on upfront costs risks inefficiency, and ignoring load or relying on generic guidelines may lead to oversizing or undersizing system. HVAC managers must integrate technical knowledge with strategic planning to maximize operational performance and client satisfaction. Question 14. Considering the evidence Ishama faces inconsistent service quality from subcontractors during peak season, which approach balances control, quality, and operational capacity? A. Develop a vetted subcontractor program with clear performance metrics. B. Avoid using subcontractors altogether. C. Outsource all services indiscriminately to meet demand. D. Provide minimal oversight, assuming subcontractors follow standard practices. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. A vetted program with measurable standards ensures subcontractors meet quality expectations while supporting operational scalability. Avoiding subcontractors limits capacity. Indiscriminate outsourcing risks poor service, and minimal oversight leaves quality inconsistent. Strategic vendor management in HVAC requires control partnerships with performance monitoring to maintain reputation and operate reliability. Question 15. Under the assumption that Mr. Lin wants to improve employee retention in his HVACR business, he notices high turnover among new hires within the first 6 months. What is the most effective approach to address this? A. Implement structured onboarding, mentorship, and regular feedback programs. B. Increase starting wages without any additional support. C. Limit hiring to only highly experienced technicians. D. Avoid addressing retention until yearly performance reviews. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Structured onboarding, mentorship, and feedback improve engagement and retention. Wage increases alone may attract employees temporarily but do not ensure long-term commitment. Restricting hiring excessively reduces labor pool flexibility. Delaying interventions ignores root causes of turnover. HR strategy in HVACR should combine support, training, and cultural engagement to minimize attrition and improve workforce stability. Question 16. Given the circumstances, Mr. O'Connor is reviewing new commercial client bid and notices that the project involves multiple specialized systems and strict deadlines. How should he proceed to ensure profitability and client satisfaction? A. Conduct detailed cost analysis, risk assessment, and assign experienced teams. B. Submit generic bid to speed approval. C. Lower the bid price to outcompete rivals. D. Accept the project without resource adjustments. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Detailed cost and risk analysis ensures profitability and realistic timelines, while assigning skilled teams guarantees quality. Generic bids, arbitrary price cuts, or accepting without planning risk, underestimating costs, overextending staff, and client dissatisfaction. Advanced project management in HVACR combines analytical forecasting, resource allocation, and client communication to achieve operate. Question 17. Through the lens of regulatory compliance, Alvarez discovers that several refrigerant handling procedures are not fully aligned with environmental guidelines. Which immediate action aligns with best practices? A. Train staff in proper handling documentation and regulatory requirements. B. Continue current practices and monitor for complaints. C. Delegate responsibility to a single technician without oversight. D. Replace refrigerants with cheaper alternatives regardless of compliance. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Staff training ensures adherence to environmental and safety standards, mitigating risk of fines or environmental damage. Ignoring practices, delegating without oversight, or using non-compliant refrigerants endangers both employees and company reputation. Compliance management in HVACR integrates education, monitoring, and procedural enforcement to uphold safety and legal responsibilities. Question 18. Demonstrated by financial review, Mr. Daniels notices the profit margins vary significantly between service contracts and one-time installations. Which approach provides the best framework to standardize profitability? A. Implement cost tracking, pricing models, and margin analysis for all projects. B. Raise all prices by a fixed percentage. C. Focus only on high-margin service contracts. D. Avoid reviewing past performance and rely on intuition. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Cost tracking and structured pricing provide the most accurate means to standardize profits. Raising prices arbitrarily may damage competitiveness, while focusing solely on high-margin contracts limits growth. Ignoring data leads to unpredictable financial outcomes. Effective financial management in HVACR involves systematic tracking, analytical pricing, and continuous monitoring to ensure profitability across services. Question 19. When faced with a sudden spike in client requests for smart HVAC system integrations, Lewis wants to determine whether to invest in staff training or outsource the work. What is the most conceptually sound approach? A. Conduct cost-benefit analysis including projected revenue, training investment, and service capacity. B. Immediately outsource all smart system installations. C. Ignore demand spikes to avoid investment. D. Train staff without evaluating financial implications. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Cost-benefit analysis enables data-driven decisions, balancing training costs, revenue potential, and capacity. Immediate outsourcing risks dependency and quality control issues. Ignoring spikes may forego revenue, while training without analysis risks misallocated investment. Strategic resource planning in HVACR requires evaluating operational capability, financial impact, and long-term business strat before action. Question 20. Throughout the course of vendor negotiations, Mr. Nguyen discovers that several suppliers providing consistent lead times for critical components. How should he mitigate this risk while maintaining operational efficiency? A. Develop a diversified supplier network and maintain inventory buffers. B. Rely exclusively on a single low-cost supplier. C. Delay project scheduling to match supplier availability. D. Avoid inventory management and operate on just-in-time principles. Answer. Correct answer. D. Explanation. Maintaining a diversified supplier base with inventory buffers reduces risk of delays and supports operational continuity. Relying on a single supplier or delaying projects increases vulnerability, while no inventory management risks missed deadlines and lost client trust. Strategic supply chain management in HVACR combines redundancy forecasting and proactive planning to ensure reliable delivery and financial stability. Question 21. In an effort to improve client satisfaction, Parker observes that service follow-ups are inconsistent across her team. Which approach most effectively ensures consistent post-service quality? A. Establish standardized follow-up protocols and track completion metrics. B. Assume technicians will remember to follow up. C. Only follow up on high-value accounts. D. Delegate follow-ups to clients themselves. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Standardized follow-up protocols combined with tracking metrics ensure all clients receive consistent attention, improving satisfaction and retention. Relying on memory is unreliable. Selective follow-up ignores smaller accounts, and delegating to clients reduces perceived professionalism. Effective client relations in HVACR require structured, measurable systems to maintain service excellence and long-term trust. Question 22. Considering the evidence, Mr. Singh wants to implement an energy efficiency initiative across multiple commercial installations but faces budget constraints. What is the most strategic first step? A. Conduct a pilot program on select sites to evaluate impact and ROI. B. Install high-efficiency systems at all sites immediately. C. Focus on marketing energy efficiency without implementation. D. Delay any action until unlimited budget is available. Answer. Correct answer. B. Explanation. Pilot programs allow testing and evaluation before large-scale rollout, balancing cost, impact, and risk. Installing systems indiscriminately risks misaligned investments. Marketing without implementation provides no operational savings, and delaying action forfeits opportunities. Strategic planning in HVACR involves evidence-based decision-making and phased implementation for maximum ROI and efficiency gains. Question 23. Under the assumption that Mr. Rivera's HVACR company is experiencing high variability in labor efficiency across crews, what is the most conceptually effective approach to standardize performance? A. Implement performance benchmarks and continuous coaching programs. B. Reassign all employees randomly to different teams. C. Allow crews to self-manage without oversight. D. Ignore variability, assuming it balances out over time. Answer. Correct answer. C. Explanation. Setting benchmarks and providing coaching aligns workforce performance with company standards, ensuring consistent output. Random reassignment or ignoring variability risks inefficiency, while no oversight leaves discrepancies unresolved. Strategic leadership in HVACR requires measurable goals, ongoing training, and structured accountability to maintain operational consistency and service quality. Question 24. From a practical standpoint, Edwards is evaluating whether to invest in predictive maintenance technology for her service fleet. Which factor is most critical for determining ROI? A. Historical breakdown data, maintenance costs, and operational downtime. B. Vendor marketing claims about technology effectiveness. C. Aesthetic appeal of the technology to clients. D. Employee preference for manual processes. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Historical breakdowns, repair costs, and downtime metrics provide a factual basis for evaluating ROI and prioritizing technology adoption. Marketing claims may be biased. Aesthetics do not affect operations, and relying on employee preference can compromise efficiency. Advanced operational management in HVAC requires data-driven decisions to reduce costs, improve reliability, and enhance productivity. Question 25. During the process of negotiating labor contracts, Mr. Thompson finds that some technicians feel undervalued despite competitive pay. What is the most effective approach to address morale and retention? A. Introduce recognition programs, development opportunities, and transparent feedback systems. B. Increase pay across the board without additional engagement. C. Limit communication to formal performance reviews. D. Ignore morale issues since pay is already competitive. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Recognition, career development, and regular feedback directly impact engagement and retention. Raising pay alone may not improve morale sustainably, while limited communication or ignoring issues risks disengagement and higher turnover. Leadership in HVAC requires addressing both tangible and intangible motivators to maintain a skilled, motivated workforce and reduce costly attrition. Question 26. Given the circumstances, Johnson notices frequent project delays due to inconsistent material deliveries from vendors. What is the most robust approach to mitigate this risk? A. Establish a diversified supplier network and maintain strategic inventory buffers. B. Rely exclusively on a single low-cost supplier. C. Adjust project timelines to match unpredictable deliveries. D. Avoid inventory management and operate purely on just-in-time principles. Answer. Correct answer, B. Explanation. A diversified supplier network and inventory buffers reduce the risk of project delays, support operational continuity, and protect client commitments. Using a single supplier increases vulnerability to disruptions, adjusting timelines undermines service reliability, and avoiding inventory planning risks missed deadlines. Supply chain management in HVAC is critical for maintaining consistent profitability, and client trust. Question 27. In light of recent developments, Mr. Clark is reviewing safety protocols after noticing near-miss incidents during electrical servicing. Which approach best reduces risk and ensures regulatory compliance? A. Implement comprehensive training, routine audits, and safety reinforcement. B. Post warning signs only. C. Rely on experienced technicians to self-monitor safety. D. Avoid changing current protocols to save time. Answer. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Training, audits, and reinforcement ensure employees follow best practices and meet OSHA requirements, reducing incidents. Warning signs alone are passive. Self-monitoring assumes perfect compliance, and avoiding updates leaves risks unmitigated. Safety management in HVAC integrates proactive education, monitoring, and accountability to protect staff, minimize liability, and ensure operational continuity. Question 20. While examining marketing strategies, Martinez finds that her HVAC company struggles to convert leads into long-term contracts. What approach best strengthens client acquisition and retention simultaneously? A. Develop targeted campaigns emphasizing service reliability, energy efficiency, and client education. B. Increase advertising spend indiscriminately. C. Offer the lowest possible pricing on all services. D. Focus exclusively on one client segment. Answer. Correct answer, A. Explanation. Targeted marketing that highlights value, reliability, and education attracts qualified leads and encourages retention. Blindly increasing advertising may waste resources. Competing solely on price erodes profit, and focusing on one segment limits growth. Strategic marketing in HVAC combines value proposition clarity, customer engagement, and tailored outreach to maximize conversion and client loyalty. Question 29. As a result of internal audits, Mr. Ahmed identifies inconsistent project cost tracking leading to unpredictable profit margins. Which is the most effective corrective action? A. Implement standardized job costing and regular financial reviews. B. Increase project bids arbitrarily. C. Ignore discrepancies and adjust year-end reporting. D. Focus only on revenue growth without tracking costs. Answer. Correct answer, D. Explanation. Standardized job costing and regular financial reviews provide transparency and actionable insights to stabilize profit margins. Arbitrary price increases, ignoring discrepancies, or focusing solely on revenue growth without cost control may exacerbate unpredictability. Sound financial management in HVACR relies on meticulous tracking, analysis, and reporting to optimize profitability and business sustainability. Question 30. When evaluating bids for a large HVACR retrofit project, ISLE notices that some proposals underestimate labor and materials to appear competitive. What is the most conceptually sound way to ensure profitability and minimize risk? A. Conduct detailed bid review. Verify estimates and incorporate contingency allowances. B. Accept the lowest bid to secure the project. C. Increase internal profit margin assumptions without reviewing bid accuracy. D. Submit her own higher bid without analysis of competitors. Answer. Correct answer. A. Explanation. Detailed review, verification of labor and materials, and contingency planning mitigate risks of underbidding and ensure realistic profit margins. Accepting lowest bids without assessment or arbitrary pricing strategies may lead to losses or project delays. Strategic bidding in HVACR balances competitiveness with accurate cost analysis and risk management for sustainable operations.